Please repeat. Bhruguruvacha.
Bhruguruvacha.
Yanmayaya gahanaya prahutatma buddha.
Yanmayaya grahanaya pahartatma bodha.
Yanmayaya gahanaya prahutatma buddha.
Yanmayaya grahanaya pahartatma bodha.
Brahmadayasthanubhrutas tamashi swapantaha.
Brahmadayasthanubhratastamasi swapantaha.
Brahmadayasthanubhrutas tamashi swapantaha.
Brahmadayasthanubhratastamasi swapantaha.
Natmantritam tava vidantya dhunapi tattvam.
Natman shritam tava vidhantyada tadunapi napi tattvam.
Natman sritam tava vidantya dhunapi tattvam.
Natman shritam tava vidya dhanapi tattvam.
Soyam prasiddhatu bhavan pranatatma bandhuhu.
Soyam prasidatu bhavan pranatatma bandhu.
Soyam prasidatu bhavan pranatatma bandhuhu.
Soyam prasidatu bhavan pranatatma bandhu. Bhraguruvacha.
Bhruguruvacha.
Yanmayaya gahanaya paratatma bodha.
Yanmayaya gahanaya prahutatma bodha.
Brahmadayasthanubhratastamasi swapantaha.
Brahmadayasthanubhritastamasi swapantaha.
Natman shritam tava vidhantyadhu napi tattvam.
Natman sritam tava vidante adhunapi
tattvam.
tattvam.
Soyam prasidatu bhavan pranatatma bandhu.
Soyam prashidatu bhavan pranatatma bandhu. Bhriguruvacha.
Bhraguruvacha.
Yanmayaya gahanapya paratma bodha.
Yanmayaya gahanaya pahartatma bodha.
Brahmayadasthanubhritastamasi swapantaha.
Brahmadayasthanubhratastamasi swapantaha.
Natman sritam tava vidante adhunapi tattvam.
Natman shritam tava vidantyadunapi tattvam.
Soyam prashidatu bhavan pranatatma bandhu.
Soyam prasidato bhavan pranatatma bandhu.
Bhruguruvacha.
Bhriguruvacha.
Yanmayaya gahanaya pahartatma bodha.
Yanmayaya
Yanmayaya pahartatma
paratma
bodha.
bodha.
Brahmadayasthanubhritastamasi swapantaha.
Brahmadayasthanubhratastamasi
Brahmadayasthanubhritastamasi
swapantaha.
swapantaha.
Natman shritam tava vidyanti adunapi tattvam.
Natman
Natman
sritam
shritam
tava
tava
vidante
vidantyadunapi
adunapi tattvam.
Soyam prasidatu bhavan pranatatma bandhu.
Soyam
Soyam
prashidatu
prasidatu
bhavan
bhavan pranatatma
pranatatma
bandhu.
bandhu.
Synonyms. Bhruguhu vacha. Sri Bhrugu said.
Bhrigu Vacha. Sri Bhrigu said.
Yat hu.
Yathu.
Mayaya, by illusory energy.
Mayaya, by illusory energy.
Gahanaya, insurmountable.
Gahanayas, insurmountable.
Apruhuta, stolen.
Aparata, stolen.
Atmabodha, knowledge of the constitutional position.
Atmabodha, knowledge of the constitutional position.
Brahma Adaya, Lord Brahma, etc.
Brahma Adaya, Lord Brahma, etc.
Tanubrutaha, embodied living entities.
Tanubrataha, embodied living entities.
Tamasi, in the darkness of illusion.
Tamasi, in the darkness of illusion.
Swapantaha, lying down.
Swapantaha, lying down.
Na, not.
Na, not.
Atman, in the living entity.
Atman, in the living entity.
Sritam, situated in.
Shritam, situated in.
Taba, your.
Tava, your.
Vidanti, understand.
Vidanti, understand.
Adhuna, now.
Adhuna, now.
Api, certainly.
Api, certainly.
Tattvam, absolute position.
Tattvam, absolute position.
Shah, you.
Saha, you.
I am this.
I am this.
Prashiddhatu, be kind.
Prasidhatu, be kind.
Bhavan, your lordship.
Bhavan, your lordship.
Pranatatma, surrendered soul.
Pranatatma, surrendered soul.
Bandhuhu, friend.
Bandhuhu, friend.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Sri Bhrigu said, My dear Lord, all living entities, beginning from the highest, namely Lord Brahma, down to the ordinary ant, are under the influence of the insurmountable spell of illusory energy, and thus they are ignorant of their constitutional position. Everyone believes in the concept of the body, and all are submerged in the darkness of illusion. They are actually unable to understand how you live in every living entity as the super soul, nor can they understand your absolute position. But you are the eternal friend and protector of all surrendered souls. Therefore, please be kind towards us and forgive all our offenses. Purport. Bhrigumuni was conscious of the scandalous behavior exhibited by each and every one of them, including Brahma and Lord Shiva in the sacrificial ceremony of Daksha. By mentioning Brahma, the chief of all living entity within this material world, he wanted to state that everyone, including also Brahma and Lord Shiva, is under the concept of the body and under the spell of material energy, all but Vishnu. That is the version of Bhrigu. As long as one is under the concept of the body as self, it is very difficult to understand the super soul or the supreme personality of Godhead. Conscious that he was not greater than Brahma, Bhrigu included himself in the list of offenders. Ignorant personalities and our conditioned souls have no choice but to accept their precarious condition under the material nature. The only remedy is to surrender to Vishnu and always pray to be excused. One should depend only on the causeless mercy of Lord for deliverance and not even slightly on one's own strength. That is the perfect position of a Krishna conscious person. The Lord is everyone's friend, but he is especially friendly to the surrendered soul. The simple process, therefore, is that a conditioned soul should remain surrendered to the Lord, and the Lord will give him all protection to keep him out of the clutches of material contamination. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namite. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschyata Desatarine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So Bhrigu Muni asking for forgiveness here. So it says, please forgive us for our behavior, as even people like Brahma, Shiva and myself are covered by ignorance and cannot understand the truth about it. So here, if you see here, Bhrigu Muni is taking very humble position. So he's saying, even Brahma and Lord Shiva are also under the clutches of Maya. That's what he's saying. But exactly, we also see that like Maya can bewilder the great personality also. We have seen the example of Brahma, where he bewildered by Maya, and he that Leela we have discussed about that. Also Indra also getting bewildered. So whenever I hear this, right, always a question coming to my mind: if Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra, such a great personalities are bewildered, what to speak about a common person like us? So it's kind of, sometimes I feel like a kind of discouragement. Okay, if they are such a great personality, they are getting bewildered, then why, it's happening, and what to speak about us, and two things it always reminds me that one is how Maya is strong. Okay, Maya won't spare anybody. Okay, but another other sense, right? If you think, then what is the solution, right? If you simply think like that, okay, if Shiva, Brahma, Indra, they are getting bewildered, then what should we do now? Yeah, we can't do anything. It's not exactly like that, but Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, yes, it is very strong. Maya is very strong, because Maya is not from some different world. Maya is my energy only, my separated energy. That's why Maya is so strong. If Maya is coming from somewhere else, Maya is what? It's the energy, Lord's external energy, right? Act in this material world. Maya is required for this material world, controller of this material world, the modes, or we can say in a different, right? So, but Krishna says it's very difficult to overcome Maya if you simply live like that. But if you completely surrender to me, then you will be protected. So in case of Brahma, Indra, and other great personalities who were bewildered in past, they go against a Krishna or anything like that, but they got their lesson, right? Krishna gave them lesson, and they realized, then after that, they understood. So basically, they did not go against a Krishna knowingly, but unknowingly, because they were puffed up with their position. They unknowingly go against a Krishna, like in the Govardhan Leela, we see that Indra thought that who is that small boy, who is against of me, because the Krishna only stopped Indra Puja, right? That's worship of Indra. Similarly, in a Brahma Vibhovan Leela, when Brahma would say that this some cowherd boy using his trick is trying to captivate the Vrindavan, the Brajavasis, all Brajavasis were thinking about Krishna always, So Brahma thought, like, how come this boy can become such dear to everybody, right? Maybe he's playing some trick, right? That's why he thought, let me kidnap all his friends and see what happens, all like that. Yeah, it's a bewilderment, but then they all got their realization. But for us, ordinary person, we should understand these topics very seriously. These verses are for us only, So Maya, so it's to feel us that how Maya is strong, right? So that's why here, Bhrigu is asking for forgiveness. Even Bhrigu has misbehaved, right? He supported Daksha. So it says that, right? All living, my dear Lord, all living entities, beginning from highest, namely Brahma, down to the ordinary ant, are under the influence of insurmountable spell of illusory energy, and thus they are ignorant of their constitutional position. So what is the constitutional position? Constitutional position is Krishna Nityadas. That is our Swarup, real position. But because of ignorance, because of influence of Maya, we all became forgetful of Krishna. Then Bhrigu says, everyone believes in the concept of the body, and all are thus submerged in the darkness of illusion. The bodily platform, right? They are actually unable to understand how you live in every living entity as a super soul, nor can they understand your absolute position. Yes. Now, to understand this, one should come to the platform of bhakti. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvata. Krishna says, only bhakti is the path. Through bhakti only one can understand Krishna. No, nothing else. No jnana, no dhyana. One cannot understand Krishna. Only bhakti. Dhyana and jnana, one can understand Krishna, but partially, right? But to fully aware of Krishna, we should perform bhakti. So that's what is in there. Your absolute position, that no one understands, but you are the eternal friend and protector of all surrendered souls. Therefore, please be kind towards us. He is asking for forgiveness. Kind to us and forgive all our offenses. You are the eternal friend and protector of all. Those who are surrendered, for them, Krishna is eternal friend and protector. And those who surrender to Krishna, they will be freed from influence of Maya. So this is what, this verse, and especially Prabhupada also gives his commentary on the same line. He says that as long as one is under the concept of the body as self, it is very difficult to understand the super soul or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. conscious that he was not greater than Brahma, Bhrigu included himself in the list of offenders. Ignorant personalities or conditioned soul have no choice but to accept their precarious condition under the material nature. The only remedy is to surrender to Vishnu and always pray to be excused. This is the only remedy. One should depend only on the causeless mercy of the Lord for deliverance and not even slightly on one's own strength. Very important point. We have a faith on our own strength, right? That is the problem. Always, we don't believe in Krishna. We always try to believe in our strength, our intelligence, our mind. We are not sure about Krishna, right? Don't know what's going to. Okay, Krishna is there, Bhakti is there, but in the meantime, let's do ourselves. Let's try ourselves, right? Put our endeavor, put our strength. So that is that. But Prabhupada here says, one should depend only on causeless mercy of Lord for deliverance, not even slightly on one's own strength. That is the perfect position of Krishna conscious person. So Krishna conscious person always depends on Krishna. It doesn't mean that he won't try anything, But see, whatever in the path of bhakti, it's Krishna's causeless mercy. And if you need anything out of bhakti, right? Yes, we should try to get them. That also for the sake of bhakti only. To perform a bhakti, we need some kind of facility, some kind of environment, right? For that we need to accumulate money, right? That is what we should try. But yes, practically how is possible? It depends upon person to person, right? How much we are into bhakti, that depends person to person. The more you are into bhakti, the more or the quickly we will go closer to Krishna. But these are all lessons, what is the ideal scenario? Okay. Now it's up to us in what extent we'll take it. Because here it says, only we should depend on causeless mercy. Yes, the Paramahansas, the pure devotees of the Lord, they are always dependent on Krishna's mercy only. The simple process, therefore, is that a conditioned soul should remain surrendered to the Lord, and the Lord will give him all protection to keep him out of the clutches of the material contamination. Yeah, this is what, this is what the conclusion, bhakti part is the conclusion, one line, One should surrender to Krishna. That's what Krishna also says. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam bhaja. The saranam, that one conclusion, everything. If we need to understand what is bhakti is all about, this is one line, Prabhupada also, that simple process is that a conditioned soul should remain surrendered to the Lord, and Lord will give him all protection to keep him out of that. That's the words Krishna. That's the same thing, 18.66. Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam bhaja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshe yashyami ma suchaha. Right? Just surrender unto me. Follow my instruction. Follow my devotee's instruction. Rest all be taken care. Need not to worry about. Especially in the path of bhakti. All the impurities, at least the clutches of Maya won't be there. This verse says. Hare Krishna, any question or comment from anybody?
This entire chapter seems to be all the problems of material life and how we are not getting out of it. And even such great personalities are getting influenced by it, right?
Yes, that's the thing, right? That's what, as I mentioned, like sometimes it's discouragement for, especially me. I think that if those such great personalities are bewildered by Maya, then what about us, right? We're not at
Yes.
all on the platform of bhakti. We are just maybe just started, or or not pure, your perfect pure bhakti. Then it's we are always into Maya. Then, right?
Right. I actually copied one of the verses in this. I saved some good verses that I always find somewhere, Bhagavatam. But the entire members of this assembly were addressing the Lord, in this chapter, oh, exclusive shelter for all who are situated in troubled life. We're all situated in troubled life, right? In this formidable fort of conditional existence, the time element, like a snake, is always looking for an opportunity to strike. The world is full of ditches of so-called distress and happiness, and there are many ferocious animals always ready to attack. The fire of lamentation is always blazing, and the mirage of false happiness is always alluring, but one has no shelter from them. Thus, foolish persons live in the cycle of birth and death, always overburdened in discharging their so-called duties, and we do not know when they will accept the shelter of your lotus field. This sounds like our life, right? This is pretty much our life.
That's what we discussed, right? Previous 28 verse.
Yes.
Assemblies, prayers. Yes, that's our life.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is our life, period. So, and the only shelter is the lotus feet of the Lord, Krishna. But this is pretty much a synopsis of all of our lives, So whenever I find a good verse, I save it. This is one verse that I'm saving.
Nice, yeah. Okay, we'll discuss next verse. The first verse. Brahmavacha.
Brahmovacha.
Naitat swarupam bhavatosau padartha.
Naitat swarupam bhavatosau padartha.
Naitat swarupam bhavatosau padartha.
Naitat swarupam bhavatosau padartha.
Veda grahi purusho yavad
Vedagrahai purusho yavad ikshet.
Vedagrahi purusho yavadikshet.
Vedagrahai purusho yavad ikshet.
Jnanasya charthasya gunasya charshrayo.
Jnanasya chartasya gunasya charshrayo.
Jnanasya charthasya gunasya charshrayo.
Jnanasya chartasya gunasya charshrayo.
Vyatirik matastvam.
Mayamayad vyatirikto matastvam.
Mayamayad vyatirikto matastvam.
Mayamayad vyatirikto matastvam. Brahmovacha.
Brahmavacha.
Naitat swarupam bhavatosau padartha.
Naitat swarupam bhavatu padartha.
Vedagrahai purusho yavadikshet
Vedagrahai purusho yavad ikshet.
jnanasya chartasya gunasya chashrayo
Ganasya chartasya gunasya chashrayo.
maya mayad vyatarikto matastvam
Maya maya dvatirikto matastvam. Brahma vacha.
brahmovacha
Naita sarupam bhavato sho padartha.
naitat swarupam bhavato
नैतत्स्वरूपं
sapada
भवतोऽसौ पदार्थः
Vedagrahai purusho yavad ikshet.
vedagrahai
वेदाङ्गमे
purusho
पुरुषो
yavadikshet
यावदीक्षेत्
Ganasya chartasya gunasya chasrayo.
jnanasya
ज्ञानस्य
chartasya
शास्त्रस्य
gunasya chashrayo
गुणस्य
Maya maya dvayatirikto matastvam.
maya mayad vyatarikto madastvam
मायाव्यतिरिक्तम्
ब्रह्म उवाच
Brahma
brahmovacha
vacha.
नेतत्स्वरूपं भवतोऽसौ पदार्थ
Naita
naitat swarupam
sarupam
bhavato
bhavato
saupadartha
padartha.
भेदग्रहे पुरुषो यावदीक्षेत्
Vedagrahai
vedagrahai
purusho
purusho
yavad
yavadikshet
ikshet.
ज्ञानस्य चार्तस्य गुणस्य चाश्रयो
ज्ञानस्य
Ganasya
चार्थस्य
chartasya
गुणस्य
gunasya
चाश्रयो
chashrayo.
माया मयाद्व्यतिरिक्तो मतस्त्वम्
Maya maya
मायामयाद्व्यतिरिक्तो
vatirikto
मतस्त्वं
matastvam.
ब्रह्मोवाच
Brahma
ब्रह्मोवाच
vacha.
नैतत्स्वरूपं भवतोऽसौ पदार्थ
Naita
नैतत्स्वरूपं
sarupam bhavato
पदार्थ
padartha.
वेदग्रहै पुरुषो यावदीक्षेत्
Vedagrahai
वेदग्रहे
purusho
पुरुषो
yavadikshet.
यावदीक्षेत्
ज्ञानस्य चार्थस्य गुणस्य चाश्रयो
ज्ञानस्य
Ganasya
चार्थस्य
chartasya
गुणस्य
gunasya
चार्थस्य
chashrayo.
मायामयाद्व्यतिरिक्तो मतस्त्वम्
Maya maya
मायामयाद्व्यतिरिक्तो
gatirikto
मतस्त्वं
matasvam.
A translation purport. Can someone read?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yep.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada Ki Jai. Lord Brahma said, My dear Lord, your personality and eternal form cannot be understood by any person who is trying to know you through the different processes of acquiring knowledge. Your position is always transcendental to the material creation, whereas the attempt to understand you is material, as are its objectives and instruments. Purport. It is said that the transcendental name, qualities, activities, paraphernalia, etc. of the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot be understood with our material senses. The attempt of the empiric philosophers to understand the absolute truth by speculation is always futile because their process of understanding, their objective, and the instruments by which they try to understand the absolute truth are all material. The Lord is aprakrita, beyond the creation of the material world. This fact is also accepted by the great impersonalist Shankaracharya. Narayana paro vyakta andam avyakta sambhava. Avyakta, or the original material cause, is beyond this material manifestation and is the cause of the material world. Because Narayana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is beyond the material world, one cannot speculate upon him by any material method. One has to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead simply by the transcendental method of Krishna consciousness. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 18.55. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Only by devotional service can one understand the transcendental form of the Lord. The difference between the impersonalist and the personalist is that the impersonalists, limited by their speculative processes, cannot even approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whereas the devotees please the Supreme Personality of Godhead through his transcendental loving service. Sevon Mukehi. Due to the service attitude of the devotee, the Lord is revealed to him. The Supreme Lord cannot be understood by materialistic persons, even though he is present before them. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna therefore condemns such materialists as Mudas. Muda means rascal. It is said in the Gita, only rascals think of Lord Krishna as an ordinary person. They do not want Lord Krishna's position is they do not know what Lord Krishna's position is or what his transcendental potencies are. Unaware of his transcendental potencies, the impersonalists deride the person of Lord Krishna, whereas devotees, by dint of their service attitude, can understand him as the personality of Godhead. In the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna also confirmed that it is very difficult to understand the personality of the Lord.
So Brahma prayers, right? So Brahma, now this is not the first time Brahma meets with Krishna or Narayana, right? Many times we have discussed that, in the first time during the creation, when first time Brahma bewildered and couldn't understand who is he and where he can come from, etc. At that time, first time he came across Lord, and we discussed Brahma. The Lord mentioned that instructed Brahma, and all the knowledge has been imparted to Brahma. So that's where Brahma started, compiling or propagating the Vedas, etc. And Brahma also received a very important service, that is the secondary creation and increasing the progeny. So Brahma is taking very important role in this process. So Brahma, that's why Brahma is most, knowledge among all the living entities, right? Because he's the first human being. You can say that, where, from him, next all the generations started, right? Brahma, from the Brahma's body, all the Sapta Rishis, then that's what the progenies are made, And Brahma also, if you see Brahma Samhita, that's what Brahma, in Brahma Samhita is very knowledgeable information, right? Where it talks about Krishna, demigods, position of the Golaka, Vrindavan, So here, Brahma is saying, my dear Lord, your personality and eternal form cannot be understood by any person who is trying to know you through the different process of acquiring knowledge. Yes? No one can understand Krishna, only bhakti, right? The Jnana Yogi, Dhyana Yogi, Ashtanga Yogi, Karma Yogi, impersonalist, or Mayavadis, Brahmavadis, they do not understand Krishna in reality, in real. They may understand some partial information about Krishna, but to understand Krishna in detail, one should approach Krishna by surrendering to him, by bhakti process. This is what Brahma is saying. No one can understand you. Your position is always transcendental to material creation, whereas the empiric attempt to understand you is material, as are its objective and instruments. Right? See, the empirical, the speculative, they try to study using their mind. But mind has a limitation, right? Mind cannot go beyond the creation. Even for mind is unable to understand the creation, right? That's what when the scientists are not able to come to the conclusion. They are just believing in some theories. The theories means it's a belief. It's not proved, actually. That's why it's a Big Bang theory. All this. Law means what? Something is proved. Newton's third law, first law, they are proved. But theory means it's just a statements, beliefs, but they are not proved. That's why we see wherever we see theory. So that's why even the people try to understand Krishna through mental speculation, from jnana, acquiring knowledge, all these things. They cannot understand Krishna fully. Even, no one understands Krishna fully, but at least the Bhakti yogis, they can understand far better than other yogis. Because when someone surrender to Krishna, perform bhakti, Krishna reveals them. Krishna reveals. For others, Krishna may not reveal completely. But for bhakti yoga, Krishna reveals. That's why Krishna says many times in Bhagavad Gita and many places, right? Those who surrender to me, they're first of all, they're free from the Maya. That was we discussed in previous verse. And Krishna himself take personal responsibility to reveal themselves, So those who perform bhakti. That's why Krishna confirmed in Bhagavad Gita also, under Chatursloki Bhagavad Gita, those who surrender to me, I will go give them knowledge and I will make them to understand me. Tesam satata yuktanam means Tesham satata yuktanam. Satata yuktanam is very important, Always engage, always, nityam, always, These are all words, it's very important. Wherever Krishna says that, only those who always engage in Krishna conscious activity, truly dedicated their life in Krishna conscious activity. Not that someone is performing devotional service as a part-time, occasionally or like that. Bhakti should be very serious and should be always. So satatam, tesam satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. In rendering devotional service, priti purvakam, the ecstasy, loving ecstasy. So those who are constantly devoted to serving Krishna with love, priti purvakam, love, not that by force or anything. That is what we need to understand. Bhakti should be performed and joyfully. It's a very joy. It's enjoyment. Perform. That's what we see that we, Krishna conscious. We eat, dance, sing. These are all joyful. Joyfully. And when we do that, then what happens? Krishna, dadami buddhi yogam. Krishna give that knowledge, buddhi, because to understand something we need knowledge, right? Our mind should be accepting something. And the mind, that remembering, accepting also comes from Krishna. So that's why Krishna himself should be revealed to us. See, this is what in Krishna, as a Paramatma, it in heart, to accept it, right? To give that inspiration. That's what Krishna, and only when through bhakti that is possible. So this is what, this is same thing Brahma is saying here, No one can understand you in any other process. Your position is always transcendental to material creation, whereas the empiric attempt to understand you is material. So that's why it's difficult. It's not possible. So the entire purport, Krishna and Prabhupada talks about the same thing, the mood they do not understand. Only bhakti, one can understand. So there's one point Prabhupada said, the difference between the impersonalist and personalist is that the impersonalist, limited by the speculative process, cannot even approach the Supreme Personality Godhead, whereas the devotee pleased the Supreme Personality of Godhead through his transcendental loving service. And because of that, Krishna reveals them. Krishna doesn't reveal to everybody. That's what we need to understand. That's why people say that, where is God? Where is Krishna? Where is, the mercy? If Krishna is there, God is there, why can't he come and solve our problems, or we are all in a difficult condition, all this kind of, So Krishna is not a problem solver. Krishna is not a, when try to come to people to solve their material problem, right? Yes, Krishna will do that also if we, always surrender Krishna. If we never surrender to Krishna, we never perform any kind of service to Krishna, and when we are we are in difficulty, then only we say the Krishna, right? So that means if Krishna is kind of staying as a protector. No, he is the Supreme Personality Godhead. Now, Krishna can be conquered only through love and devotion. If you understand that, then yes, Krishna will come whenever. And the love and devotion can be created or can be developed through devotional service regularly. Tesam, satata yuktanam. It's not that one day, today I go to a temple and just offer my obeisances, then yes, Krishna will be. Yes, Krishna will be pleased. But if you want Krishna to interfere in your life, then we should surrender. Bhavatam priti purvakam. And we should surrender, and we should perform devotional service always. So this is what Brahma is praying. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. Any question or comment from anybody? Okay. Let's offer our obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpatarubhyacha kripa sindhu bhayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All assembled devotees ki jai.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.